and your soul and your body, your country. I come from a long line of veterans that now on some we celebrate on Veterans Day and some we celebrate on Memorial Day. And I just want to say that it means a lot to me to say thank you for your service. Also, I know that many incorporate first responders in that, and I do too, because I have quite a few of them that I know. Some are even in my family. So, and being from a first responders family and growing up in San Diego, and yes, I grew up in a family that was involved in the Navy for the United States of America. And so, yes, I do have a fond place in my heart, and I want to start today by saying that we do respect and honor those that have served. So thank you. Also, I actually truly respect them so much, and I'm a part of an organization that does too, that I've actually spoken at an event where we were honoring veterans, and it was to help them to transition from being in the active military into civilian life. And I actually want to talk about that today. Believe it or not, it has everything to do with our countdown. Yes, it does. In fact, I have ambassadors for this very reason. We are a program that is an online support group. Think of us that way. Chemo Buddies for Life. There are many that have served in our country, in the military, as a first responder, and more, that have heard those three words, that they have cancer. They have. They've heard it. And I have a couple of my ambassadors and volunteers are in position right now, in position. And we are creating these alliances, and so that we can be of support to those that are undergoing treatment that are and have been a part of the military, our veterans. Good morning, Anne. Good to see you. Yes, I am wearing, I have this because this is part of my gear for speaking at an event such as the Pathways for Vets. I have a real soft spot in my heart for those that serve unselfishly. I even have a show called Service Heroes, the Service Hero Show. Yes, that is not by accident. You see, I was raised by a stepfather, and my godfather was in the same arm of the service. They were both Navy men. They both had different stories. My uncle, he started serving the Navy in the 1930s. Yes, he was my great uncle, yet he was my godfather. Lived in San Diego with his little wife. They were both little people. I mean, not completely little people, but think of Popeye, the sailor man. Boop, boop. Yes, that was my Uncle Irvin Holtz. Yes, a German name. World War II comes around. He was an enlisted boy. That was a boy when he enlisted, not uncommon for those days. He wasn't even 18. However, by the time that the World War II came around, he became an enlisted officer, and he became a recruiter. You could say I come from three lines of recruiters because, yes, my mother was taught by him, and I was taught by my mother. So it's in the DNA. Yes. So my uncle was involved, and I'm proud to say he was involved. 6 months after Pearl Harbor, there was an induction of new Navy people because we lost so many of them during the bombing of Pearl Harbor. Study it out. It's a pretty fascinating history. And at the strike of the first bomb, throughout the United States at the same moment in time, all of these recruits were inducted into the Navy over the radio. Again, I'm going somewhere. Some of you are probably tracking this. He was written up in all sorts of magazines and articles, press, news releases, what we may even call social media today. And it was fascinating because even his brother had to go through a huge amount of work to prove that he was loyal to the United States. Because you see, my uncle, his family was born in Germany. Yes, I come from a long line of those born in that country. Yet, very dedicated to the country in which they served. The idea of the induction at the same time, I knew about this. This was during the 1940s, and yet they used the social media of the time. They used the airwaves. We now have digital platforms to get a message out there that's very important. All right, now let's fast forward to today. Today, we have veterans that are even serving within our organization. And I am going to highlight one of our volunteers today. Did you know, I love this picture. She does too. We call it the Smurf picture. Thank you, Mikey Adam Cohen. This is Tamara L. And many, when I was running for the next Impactor, noticed Team Tamara's with an S, a large S, a capital S at the end. She's the other Tamara. She was one of my secret weapons, if you will, if you had secret weapons. But she helped out a lot during the time that I was running for the next Impactor. She is retired Navy. She married a Navy man herself. Her children raised within the Navy system. She is a compliance officer type, even to today. Anybody that knows her is not surprised. She grew up, if you will, in the Navy system. She is also, and she makes it very well known, I can say this, she is also a survivor of cancer. So when we met each other and she said, hey, you say your name right. You say it Tamara, so do I. We both were at a speaking event in San Diego when we met. And it was right then and there, we knew that our missions needed to go forward together. Because you see, too many people within the military, too many of our veterans are giving up. And yes, some of them are giving up because they have faced things like cancer, either for themselves or their family. I know this. I've been a fly in the wall, invited into some meetings that are held in regards to this very subject matter. We have other veterans that are buddies that I'm not going to say their names, but we have an ambassador that's over that area. Yes, we do. We have some incredible volunteers. Good morning, Helene. Helene, one of my Chemo Buddies for life. Thank you. Yes. Yes, you know, this is where I will say having an international movement to help people throughout the world, I recognize the fact that there will be times when we talk about these items where, you know, let's just agree to disagree sometimes if we need to, because the bottom line is this: I'm proud. I can't say it usually without tears. I'm proud to be an American. And that song means a lot to me. Many of you know it. I won't go into it right now. But hey, let's put it out there. I would love that song to be sung sometime, somewhere. So let's go on, because we have an event that we're counting down. We are counting down, and it is 21 days and counting until we have our live 36, because it's actually 20 days, but I'm counting down to Giving Tuesday. That's the countdown. Because there's something significant with that. We're going to be talking about that soon. But I have to have a few cats in the bag. Today is also 11/11, and I was told by Erin, one of my assistant. Many of you know her, Erin Houchin, that today is a magical day, and that many magical things can happen. I believe in magic. I believe in Santa Claus, guys. Come on. Yes, I say that I keep things simple. I believed I was going to live, and I did. I believe that we are building a movement. We are building an online support group. We are building a home for people to come home to, those affected by cancer, both the patient and those people that love and support them. They need a community. And I am proud to say, in winning the first global, I put that word in there because that's what they're now saying. And I think, I want to get rid of think. No, I know. And anybody that's involved with us knows that we are about to be huge, and yet we care for every one of the people that are involved in our program. We are raising funds for this. Let it be known that we are in the midst right now of fundraising. In fact, I haven't made the graphic yet, but we'll be honoring him. Thank you, Helene. I appreciate that. It's nice when the buddies that we're serving and that are now graduating to serve and inspire others, and Helene is through her writing, that they believe in our program because we've helped them to get through some of the scariest time in their life, and they now have gotten through it. It didn't define them. And now we are putting together teams, and we are helping those that are going through and on the other side to become a better them. They're called new normals. We are called new normals. I am called a new normal. I am a cancer survivor. I am a cancer champion, and I am a cancer conqueror. I have conquered it, and we are conquering it together. I'm looking for an image, and if anybody feels inspired, if you're a graphic artist, if you're an artist, if you are in any way able to submit an image, I would like to put it out there and possibly have a contest. And I'm going to work with my team and see what we could do. The winner of the contest, of course, would be able to have their name attached to, in a very special way, the image. And I'd love to have Chemo Buddies for Life, a CB4L, however we would put it in there, Cancer Conquerors image. And if you are inspired to get involved and to submit an image, let's do it. And then if we have them in time, we can announce the winner and the runners-up on our 36-hour live event that will be streaming throughout the world. And right now we are in talks on how that is going to happen. Let's just say that it's going to be pretty exciting this year, and next year just hold on to your socks. We're going to be blasted. We are going to own Giving Tuesday. Let it be known, without a doubt. It's ours. We've made the mistake, and we know it. So I am asking today for you to go and donate. Donate. And if you want to donate small amounts, make a commitment to yourself that you're going to donate small amounts on a recurring basis. We would love that. Every single penny is used front line. We will someday have paid employees. I'm going to let it be known. We have to be a corporation that is not going to implode. We need to be here for decades because the need is real. However, we are not bloated, and we have very small staff, and right now it's all volunteer. At some point we will have some paid staff, but not a bloated machine. We are not raising funds for research. There are many that are. I'm alive because of some of that. So I thank you. However, we are a social impact. We are a digital platform. We are a movement that is for our people, by our people, to inspire our people to move through this period of time. And our people are those people that have been affected by cancer. Some call it a tribe, some call it whatever you may want to call it. We call ourselves buddies, and that we're healing through connections within our or the Buddies Network. So, good morning. Good morning, Helene. She keeps me going. Let me tell you, she's already let me know what my schedule is today. I just absolutely adore her. Yes, we all love each other, and that is a big part, because nowhere else can you find an online support group, movement, home, full of humor, hope, heart. We are going to be entertaining you, inspiring you, telling stories, and remembering those that have passed on. Save the date. We are going to be announcing very soon who will be performing when. We just made this announcement with the graphic that yes, I will be hosting the event. I am committed to be live for the full 36 hours. However, I will have co-hosts through it, so you don't just have to see my mug. But we have to have consistency. And that's what we believe in too, because there is, with consistency and with dedication and with integrity, you know that we are the real deal. So I am committed to be online one way or another and streaming live for the full 36 hours. It will be starting on Monday, December the 2nd at noon Pacific time and going through midnight on Giving Tuesday, December the 3rd. So join us. Join us, and together we will change the way cancer is done. We're kicking the power of cancer to the curb. Yesterday, one of our media people, Barbara Beckley, she likes to say we're kicking it in the butt. Okay, well, there you go, Barbara. I said it too. We're kicking it to the curb. We're taking the scary away. We're taking the scary out of cancer and the monster that it has been because of the fear factor that it has instilled in so many. We're creating that monster to be a Monster Inc. Yes, like the cartoon. Because we can move through this to our destinies, whatever those may be. I'm not going to claim to say that all will come through it here on this earth. However, getting through it in our very best way and being able to do it in a way of peace, hope, humor, and heart, there's not much better that we can do than to let some of our buddies go with love. So join us We are going to have fun for 36 hours and donate, because our goal, we're far away from it, but we won't remain there. I want to thank Rob Clark, who's coming and working with our fundraising team today. We are going to be reaching out to companies in different areas and pockets that we are serving currently. So please, when we call, answer the phone and donate. Join us. Let us be your cause. Let us be your tax write-off, and let us win together and find a way to support this community that so needs us all. I want to say thank you. And again, on this Veterans Day, thank you all. Thank you, veterans, for your service. And I want to also recognize the veterans' families. Thank you for your sacrifice. See you at 2:00 p.m. Pacific Time, 5:00 p.m. Eastern Time, when I am joined by Stephen Smith out of Sarasota, Florida. And we are going to be talking about some exciting stuff that we're going to be doing during the Give-A-Thon and what it is that he is doing in his own world. Because we're all volunteers, so we all have things up. We're up to things, so we're going to talk about that too. Make it a great day. See you at 2:00, 5:00 Eastern.